Renewable energy, various types of renewable energy. There is obviously sort of solar photovoltaic, solar thermal of various types. Then there's wind, which is the cheapest relatively in terms of electricity production, and wind, which has seen the most amount of installation in this country. We have about 28 gigawatts of wind, right, and about 5 gigawatts of solar. And then there are biomass resources and so forth, right? Geothermal, various types of resources that you can use. Now, could renewable energy be sustainable in considerable time, right? The question about renewable energy is, the viability of renewable energy is a very interesting. It brings into question an interesting idea called energy density, right? Now, what does energy density mean? Very simply put, this building that I'm sitting in has a certain roof area, right, or has a certain compound area around it. And if you were to think of that space, that area, as the catchment for generating electricity, the question is, can that catchment produce enough electricity to run the loads in this building? Okay. Now, the load in this building is a function of choices, value-based choices, right? So this building, interestingly, has been designed in a way to eliminate the use of air conditioners, right? It's a, as you can see, it's a fairly what they call, a fairly well ventilated building, low cost, some amount of low cost architecture, interesting forms of ventilation, and so forth. So if you were to have a highly energy, air conditioning building that required a lot of air conditioning, but that's a very heavy load. It's unlikely that this building can actually run on just the renewables that it can capture in its surroundings, right? So renewables brings into question the idea of energy density, and that brings into question the kinds of loads that we have. This is why I'm going to go back to our earlier point about efficiency and conservation, right? It's in a theoretical sense, renewables, yes, you have enough and more electricity, that's solar power, to generate more electricity than the world needs, right? But can you do it in a way, in a place that is close enough to the load, right? That question is, see, Bangalore, for example, will not be able to fuel itself based on the electricity that the roof area can produce, right? You will have to bring in electricity from somewhere else because Bangalore is very intensive, heavy loads. So you can supplement conventional sources like coal or whatever else with renewables. That's an important thing to do, right? So, so I guess the question about costs, I think, is important here. See, the price of renewables is falling dramatically. I think now, I could check these numbers of late, but now it's, I remember, say 5-7 years ago, it was about 15-20 rupees a kilowatt hour. Now it's in the range of 7 to 10 rupees a kilowatt hour, right? That's a tremendous drop. And these are new, so to speak, technologies that offer a great amount of learning. So what do I mean by learning? In the sense that when you actually build a solar project, there are so many things you learn in the process, right? How to source your materials in an efficient manner, how to get, even the technology that goes in, making panels that are more efficient, right? So many things that you can learn in the process. And as your learning improves, your costs come down, right? Any mass production person will tell you this, right? And that's why, having lost 50 years, you lose that kind of process of learning. So, but compared to conventional technologies like nuclear power or coal, renewable energies continue to show significant learning, in the sense learning how to do it better, and therefore reduction in cost per unit. And you can see that in just the past 8 years in terms of how the cost of electricity from solar photovoltaic has come down. So yes, it is economical. It can become economical. It might need, in certain instances, might need assistance, as do all other energy sources. It might need what they call subsidies. It might need innovative financing models, and there are many models that have been tried. Because, for example, one thing that is obvious about renewables is the fuel cost is zero. So what you really need is only a capital investment. So can you figure out a model where the savings in fuel cost can actually go to paying can you have a credit system that knows to do that, right? And as for validity's sake, these are models that are actually being tried out in the world. It's not something that's new that I'm just cooking up. There are places in the world that do this, right? So the state of Delaware, for example, in the United States, has this idea that's in practice, right? So they've developed this idea of paying for the investment through the savings, right? So there are many opportunities to be innovative in this space.